Losing your job, it feels like the world is crashing in. I get it. But what if I told you that this could be the moment where everything changes for the better? Okay, so I'm filming this in July of 2025. And the statistics that I read shared that there will be millions of Americans laid off this year. For what it's worth, it's not just you and it's not just me. So what if unemployment is secretly your time to grow, to change, and just be better? If you are unemployed, that's probably a lot to digest right now, but hear me out. So hello there. My name is Elizabeth and you're watching All These Moms. 3 months ago, I was laid off from my 6-figure paying sales job. It came as a complete surprise to me. And this is also the first time in my entire work history, which is well over 20 years now, like 25 years, that I've ever been unemployed. If you're unemployed and you're watching this, I am with you, I get you. I'm unpacking 3 very surprising ways that unemployment was a big turning point for me. So stick with me, because I'm gonna actually provide some practical tips that worked for me, that have helped me stay sane through this incredibly chaotic time. So grab that notebook, hit the subscribe button, and let's turn this garbage dump of a time into your actual comeback story. I ended up looking at my unemployment as my chance to pivot. A new career, a new side hustle, whatever brought me a remote ray of happiness. I'm not comparing myself to J.K. Rowling, obviously. She actually wrote Harry Potter while she was virtually jobless and on welfare. How cool is that? That is the vibe I am talking about. And there are so many other legends who started during downtime. For example, the founders and creators of Airbnb, evidently, they started when they were completely jobless and broke. And from what I read, they started in someone's garage. When I was unemployed, I was looking for work. I was ready to do something, and the industry that I'm in is really challenging right now. So I not only was looking for other opportunities out of like necessity, but also just out of general interest and fatigue for the industry that I'm currently in. And then eventually it became out of interest. And this really surprised me because the places that I started digging for inspiration were surprising to me. I basically started looking around my life. Not only was I looking for full-time work, but I was also pursuing freelancing opportunities because I needed to get back to work. And to my understanding, it can take people anywhere between 6 months to a year to find a job when they're unemployed. That was not an option for me. I have a family, I have a child, so I immediately started pursuing freelancing work, which I had never done before. Going a different route and kind of digging in new places really kind of opened my mind to the possibilities out there. I did not imagine that there would be so many things that I could actually do because I had been in the same industry for so long. I wasn't confident that my skill sets would transfer, and that was a big concern of mine. But I was shocked to find that that was actually not true. That with some networking and some creative thinking, I was able to come up with some opportunities for myself basically out of nowhere. And it gave me a place to start, and it really helped motivate me every day and gave me a lot of purpose in my day during unemployment. And this completely surprised me because, like I said, I expected unemployment to be miserable, which it definitely was. It was also fruitful and full of surprise because I was finding opportunities in very unexpected places. If this is you and you're stuck in unemployment, brainstorm on different things that you're remotely interested in. Look around your house. What products are you really passionate about? Take one tiny step this week, just one, and share your tiny step success with me in the comments below. This kind of stuff is really motivating and inspiring to not only me, but lots of other people out there. So I want to hear about your tiny step. No boss breathing down your neck. Learn what you want. Coding, design, whatever lights you up. Start that side hustle that you just haven't had the time to start. So for me, This may sound strange, but I have kind of always had a kind of a calling towards being a doula. And I was looking at potentially being either a birthing doula or a death transition doula. This was something just kind of in my mind. I had never taken steps in this direction outside of helping close friends and family when they were going through one of these life experiences. But during my unemployment, I pursued this interest. I pursued this calling, and I started volunteering in care homes and taking steps towards potentially getting my doula license, which I am still in the process of doing. This completely surprised me because this was just a thought in my head for a long time. I honestly had thought the process of doing this would take a lot longer. I expected it to be a much harder, more complex process, and I was shocked how relatively easy it was. Because during my unemployment, while I was busy, I had the time to spend to volunteer, to look into this sort of thing. And let me just say, the time I spent working on this, on pursuing this doula certification, was some of the most meaningful time I had spent in years outside of the time I spent with my loved ones. This completely shocked me. I thought it would just take so many more months to get the ball rolling. The ball started rolling almost immediately. If anything, I want to encourage you, start that side hustle. Take some first steps. Pick one skill and then go to YouTube University. It's free. Spend 1 hour a day on pursuing this side hustle or this hobby, 30 days, and you'll really get the ball rolling. So share that side hustle with me in the comments below. I'm dying to hear what you're looking to start. On any normal day, most of us are just running on autopilot. Work, kids, household responsibilities, all the things. Rarely do most of us have the time to really invest in our family and friends like we really want to. But during my unemployment, I realized and I learned just how unavailable I was to my family and friends. I mean, I'm very close. My husband and my daughter, I see them every day. I have a very close relationship with them, but my immediate family, like my brothers, some other extended family members, my close friends even, I was barely able to respond to a text within a day because I was driving a lot, I was busy, I was doing whatever. And it occurred to me during my unemployment how rarely available I was for people that were closest to me. Honestly, that broke my heart. Because while I was on unemployment, I was able to respond to texts right away. I was able to chime in on a funny group text that my friends have right away and not a day later. I was able to be there for friends who needed me and be there for family members who needed me and spend an hour on the phone when I would never have the time to do that before. While I'm unemployed and I had this time to really invest in those relationships, it brought so much joy and meaning to my day that I can't even really explain, and is one of the most wonderful surprises that I found while being unemployed. Intentionally carve out some time to be available for your family and your close friends. It doesn't have to be much. Even just an hour or two can be very rewarding. Respond to the text right away. Reach out to your friend for coffee in the afternoon if they're able to go, or lunch, or whatever, because you're unemployed, so you're probably don't have the money to do these things. But you can very much reach out. You can go for a walk. You're now more available than you used to be. Yes, they're still going to be busy, but you're just going to be able to be more flexible and be able to say yes more. And my suggestion and my advice to you is that you say yes to this. Get out there, be available. It's so worth it. So if you're watching this, you're probably unemployed and this just sucks. Not much is going to change that. Cry, mourn, do what you got to do to feel your feelings and move through this, and then pick yourself up and just move right along. The first thing I did in my unemployment is I became my own personal assistant. I started booking my calendar. I would have a set wake up time every day. I got up, I showered, I put makeup on, I got clothes on that were not workout clothes and not lounge clothes. I didn't look fancy, but I definitely looked like I could go to the store and feel proud if I ran into somebody. I did the work to look presentable every single day. Wake up, get cute, and then get moving. Tap into that network. Use your personal friends, your ex-coworkers, people around you, and anybody that that you know in your life, anybody that you have a direct relationship with in your life. Use your network. You just never know where a new opportunity is going to come from. I actually landed my first freelancing gig during unemployment a few weeks ago, actually, at a friend's wedding reception. Of course, I wasn't out there trying to network, but when I was talking to people and telling them I was unemployed, I let the conversation continue, and that's where I landed my first freelancing gig. Surround yourself with supportive people. This is very important, and do everything you can to avoid doom scrolling. When I was laid off, I felt like I had just gotten divorced or broken up with. And the first thing I wanted to do was go on social media and stalk my coworkers, who all are friends with me on social media. I wanted to follow them. I wanted to see what they were doing. I just, stalker ex-girlfriend vibes, okay? I'm not proud of it, but it happened. I fought the urge. So my suggestion is fight the urge as much as possible. Like in a breakup, cut that person out, delete the numbers if you need to, block the social media pages if you need to spare your sanity. You were broken up with, you were laid off. It's time to move on. Another way I kept my sanity was celebrating every win, like finishing a course, completing my LinkedIn profile, finalizing my resume, things like that. Whether it's big or small, it doesn't matter right now. You're unemployed. You need to celebrate all the wins. If you've seen any of my other unemployed videos, well, I've been unemployed now for a little over 3 months. So I wanted to give you a quick update on where I stand with my unemployment journey. I am actually, as of today, we're now in August of 2025. I am no longer unemployed. I really struggled with making this video though, because I wanted to make a closure to the videos that I had on my unemployment. I did land a job. I'm no longer unemployed as of 2 weeks ago, so this will be my last unemployment video. I was with you. If you're watching this and are still unemployed, I was with you. I have tools and resources that really did work for me. A lot of them are for free that I got on watching YouTube channels, different channels that were extremely helpful. If you have any questions on how I landed my first freelancing gig, how I networked at my friend's wedding reception and landed my first freelancing job, how I reached out to people, my ex-coworkers, and networked that way, which landed me the job I'm in now. Feel free to leave those comments below, and I will share with you every single detail that I can share with you on what worked for me. Unemployment, while miserable, while it's incredibly shitty, it is not the end. It is a chance to grow. It's a chance to pivot. It is a fertile wasteland that will not stay that way forever. I'm rooting for you. You've got this. So if you found this video helpful or useful, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. Please do that as well. If you found this video useful or helpful, please click that like button and share it with your bestie or anyone you know who's unemployed who needs a boost. I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging with me. Thank you for all your support during my unemployment. I am still here. I will answer your questions. And in my description below, I will share my favorite YouTube videos or YouTube channels that were incredible resources for me while I was unemployed and just kind of helped me get organized. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.